a break in a big bourbon case. The latest on the search for missing bottles of Pappy Van Winkle.
Lexington police say they're investigating a rash of moped thefts around the city. What investigators think has led to this sudden trend.
And running the extra mile, a Lexington man sharing his story of how he changed his life and lost 280 pounds.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening. Thanks for being here with us. It has been a mystery for a year and a half, but we could soon have answers as to how thousands of dollars worth of rare bourbon was stolen from a Franklin County distillery.
The Pappy Van Winkle bourbon was taken from Buffalo Trace Distillery. Today, investigators gave us an update in this case. Our Kristen Kennedy has our top story at 6.
The Franklin County Sheriff says he's very close to making a big break in an old bourbon case. A year and a half ago, someone stole 65 cases of rare, expensive Pappy Van Winkle from Buffalo Trace Distillery.
We're following leads right now. Obviously, this has been about a month that we've been working on our bourbon theft cases. As I've said before with the Pappy Van Winkle case, I've always been very optimistic that we'd have a good shot at solving that.
Sheriff Pat Melton says indictments in that case could be coming down soon. We're told he's received new tips and new information in the last day alone. Soon, a Franklin County grand jury may review the case.
And I've had 3 detectives over the last month work this case. So they've made some tremendous progress, and they've done a fantastic job, and I'm really proud of them.
Last month, the sheriff arrested Gilbert Kurtzinger after he found stolen wild turkey bourbon barrels. Kurtzinger worked for Buffalo Trace, the same distiller that makes Pappy Van Winkle. Kurtzinger arrested for wild turkey. You think he's linked to Pappy Van Winkle?
We're investigating. It's an open case, and we're working as hard as we can, and hopefully we'll have an announcement in the future.
In Frankfort, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
Sheriff Melton says his office will address all the new developments in this case next week. Here's a look back at how this case has played out. 65 cases of Pappy Van Winkle bourbon was discovered missing from the Buffalo Trace Distillery in October of 2013. 2 months later, a $10,000 reward was issued for the recovery of that rare bourbon. Last November, Sheriff Melton released new details about the investigation, saying he believed it was an inside job. Following an arrest last month in another bourbon theft, deputies said they were looking at the possibility that the cases could be connected.
After a dry weekend, rain is now returning to the bluegrass, and some of it could be heavy. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey shows us what he is tracking on the First Alert Defender. A lot of people don't want to hear this, Chris.
No, it's not very good news at all, not just from the aspect of, our nice weather days are coming to an end, but the potential is there for additional high water issues, something we've become very familiar with over the past several weeks. A flood watch is out for much of central and eastern Kentucky, all the counties that are shaded in green. That includes Lexington, Moorhead, down to London. Corbin, we're in this as well as Somerset, the Williamsburg area, and through most of eastern and southern Kentucky. Again, that goes through tomorrow. Live First Alert Defender, and the day started out on such a great note, ending it though with rains really now beginning to pick up steam, even starting to get a few some of the first drops into parts of Fayette and Jessamine counties. It's been raining here for a little bit across the Sadieville area into parts of Scott County, now heading towards Cynthiana, back to the southwest. Notice how the rain begins to increase a little bit across the Bluegrass Parkway corridor. Similar increase in rain showing up just to the south of Richmond, down into parts of Jackson, Rockcastle counties, and all the way down to Jellicoe Mountain into Tennessee. A little farther to the west, rain's a little heavier now across the Lake Cumberland area. Russell Springs, good evening. Rain heading into town, likewise into Columbia, and we have plenty more coming in where that is from. Look at the west and southwest. Those showers and thunderstorms will continue to gear up, so the potential for some high water, especially on creeks and some of those low-lying streets over the next 24 hours. Guys, we'll track that with the latest rainfall numbers from the computer models, which are always updating. That's coming up here in just a few minutes.
Many people use them to get around, but mopeds are also getting the attention of thieves. Lexington police say they've seen a rash of moped thefts over the last week. So what can you do to make sure yours doesn't end up stolen? Mike Linden has the story.
With warmer temperatures and sunny skies comes moped thefts this time of year in Lexington.
We certainly around this time of the year do see more people riding mopeds, and then we see more mopeds being stolen.
Robert says 3 separate mopeds were stolen last week. She says police have only recovered 1 of them so far.
These are really a crime of opportunity because mopeds are small, they're fairly lightweight. In many cases, people don't secure them like they would secure a car.
Lexington police officials say while it might be unusual, a good way to keep a moped from being stolen is to chain it up like you would a bicycle rather than leaving it outside unattended.
Police officials say while they do have a suspect in at least 1 of the thefts, they have noticed a pattern. They say most moped thefts happen in the same general area year after year.
A lot of students or people around that college age are driving mopeds to and from work, to and from class, and so areas, especially around the universities that we have here in town, are likely to see this sort of activity.
Robert says the best way to keep a moped secure is to park it inside a garage. In Lexington, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Police expect moped thefts to continue as long as the weather stays warm and if people leave them unattended.
Lexington firefighters helped 1 person and 3 animals escape a burning home today. The fire started around 2 this afternoon at a house on Toner Street near downtown. Firefighters say when they arrived, they saw smoke coming from the home. They say they found the fire in a back bedroom and quickly put it out. Firefighters say the person in the home had to be taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries.
During the process of searching the house, we also removed 3 dogs from the house. We treated 1 with oxygen.
Firefighters think all of the dogs will be okay. They're still not sure what caused that fire. They say the home did not have smoke detectors. 2 teenagers accused of stealing an SUV in Franklin County have been arrested after a short police chase. Frankfort police say they were in a neighborhood taking theft reports this morning when someone recognized their stolen SUV driving by. Frankfort police officers then began chasing after the vehicle down Louisville Road.
They ended up going down kind of a dirt road, if you will, and that's when the officer chose to go ahead and activate his emergency equipment, and that's when they sped off into the field and wrecked the car.
The Franklin County Sheriff's Office showed up to help Frankfort police track down the teenagers and arrest them. Both have been charged with receiving stolen property and possession of burglary tools.
Losing weight and keeping it off is a lifelong battle for many, many people. 25, 50, even 100 pounds is quite an accomplishment. But when we heard a Lexington man lost 280 pounds, we had to find out his secret. A change in diet and exercise were the keys. But for this guy, it goes even deeper than that. It's a story that's new at 6 tonight. It started in grade school. By 6th grade, Dale Bittner says he weighed 220 pounds.
There's kind of all this turmoil in our family, and I think my mom kind of gravitated towards kind of coping with food, and I kind of learned some of that from her.
Through high school, college, and getting married, weight loss and weight gain became a roller coaster until a few years ago when he topped out at more than 450 pounds. Just finding a scale to weigh himself was nearly impossible.
It really felt kind of, this is who I am, and it's really not ever going to be any different. I kind of lost hope in a way.
But 2.5 years ago, Dale decided to try Weight Watchers with his wife and saw it was working for him. He added exercise, and the weight started coming off. This is heavy Dale, and this is Dale today, 280 pounds lighter. When you say that number, does it still kind of make you go, wow, or is it just kind of, oh, okay, 280?
Yeah, it could be 2 people. I mean, if I sit and think about it, it's, staggering, but, it's something that I've lived with for a while now, so it kind of just rolls off the tongue. When I first started running about 2.5 years ago now, it was a challenge for me. 1 mile became 2, and then 3, and now he's finished 2 marathons, each one 26.2 miles. It's really enjoyable for me now, and I love getting out with friends. I have like this whole new community of friends that I have now because I became a runner, so that I wouldn't have known otherwise. Keeping the weight off is a challenge, and to do that, Dale says he had to go even deeper and make changes. This is where I used to be. There is hope for you. At Quest Community Church, Dale regularly leads a group on food addiction, eating disorders, body image, and other food-related challenges.
because this is what I used to be. I could fit in one side of this now, but that's where I was. It's been a place where I've been able to come and share kind of the hope and the freedom that I've experienced and give that to other people.
Dale is now training for his 3rd marathon. What's your message to people now?
That there's hope. It can change.
With every step, a great example of what you can do to become healthier through determination, sacrifice, and the courage to change. Dale's 3rd marathon is May 16th at the new Horse Capital Marathon and Half Marathon at Fasig-Tipton. The course takes you through beautiful horse country and already has about 1,400 people signed up. But Amber, I'm really impressed, not only just that he lost the weight, but it really is a lifelong thing that you have to go through. You just don't lose the weight and now you're done.
Nice to see him reaching out to others and telling people that this can happen, and I think giving people hope and just showing them I'm a living, breathing, true reality that if a little work goes a long way.
Yeah.
And so happy to see him running so much.
Yeah, well, he's a leader now, and he's put himself out there by doing something like this. So Dale, thank you for being with us on
And good luck in the marathon. Good deal. Well.
Some good news tonight for drivers in Madison County. A road damaged by the flooding recently has reopened.
A stretch of US 25 north of Richmond was closed for 10 days. Emergency crews say high water caused part of the road to collapse, so they had to close US 25 between Clay Lane and Colonel Road. But the Madison County Rescue Squad now says the road has been repaired. It reopened to traffic today. Someone in Lexington is $200,000 richer tonight. Kentucky lottery leaders say that person bought a winning cash ball ticket for Saturday night's drawing. The ticket matched all 5 numbers in the game. The ticket was sold at the Kroger and Beaumont Center. The store will receive $2,000 for selling the ticket. Lottery leaders say so far the winner has not yet come forward.